Hey guys, my name is Sediak and welcome back to another episode of FoolTopia here in City Skylines. Guys, last episode we built that brand new expansion tunnel that hooks up the kind of industrial dock area all the way up to the highway on the other side of, is it an island at this point? I don't quite know. But it gives us easy access to get to the other side, which is going to be fundamental for the kind of FoolTopia expansions that we are creating. Now, we also added in the university last episode, which over time will add more to it. It's something that we're going to kind of progress as time goes on. So hopefully it can be pretty cool as time goes on, guys. We will kind of see. But today I want to try and focus on getting in a brand new type of industry. Now, we have the woodland industry. Does pretty well, it ticks along quite nicely, it gives some jobs, it makes us some money, couldn't be more happier. We have a small little farming area, but that's more farming industry, not a kind of industry, if that makes sense. It's farm zoning. I want to create an actual farming industry. Again, if that made any sense whatsoever. We're going to keep the basic farming we have in for now, but we'll try and create something where you can make a ton of cash money moolah. We have a really good location for it because there's already kind of farming in that area in a way. Like the ground, the soil's good enough. And hopefully we can get it in. I also want to get the tram system in, or the beginning of it, for the whole of the area where our new university is in. It's pretty much all the way down this road. So anyway guys, if you enjoyed this and want to see more FoolTopia as time goes on, let me know by smashing that like button down below. And if you're new in here guys, please subscribe so you don't miss out on the cool and amazing updates we're going to be adding to FoolTopia. It's going to be pretty good. So when I go to viewing the kind of resources, we have this nice little yellow patch which turns out to be fertile land, which is brilliant. We have a lot of forestry here, but that would have been good for the woodland area. But we've got a nice little section over there, and we have a really cool island over here filled with it, so I might create another one over there at some point. We've got some fertile land here. We have some over here, which is going to be occupied by the zoning of the industry. A little bit over there, and I can't quite see in the distance, but this is a good little location. I could add more to it. Well, what I'm going to do first, though, is kind of buy the land around it. So buy. We're going to buy the land up here as well. Now, the reason we're buying all this up here is so I can create a good connection to the highway so we can have the tram system running through. So it'll be fundamental for the progress that we're going to be making. So let's get out of this view then, so we got a lot to see around right now. I do have a mod tool which I can add more fertile land to, and I think that might be kind of handy as we are trying to get as much farming in this area as possible. I will have to get rid of some of the trees to get it all in, but there's a lot I need to do before I get any of this in anyway. I need to create two, well, I say create two. I need to create a brand new connection for this road that kind of comes up. I don't know whether to place it kind of here, and that road goes straight across and does something else over there. But I definitely need to upgrade this connection as well. As time goes on, this will be heavily used, so I need to do something smart with it. I've got an idea for it. Now, this is kind of the only connection for this area, which is going to be over... Ooh. We got academic. Well, we'll come back to that in just a second. What have we unlocked? Unlocked by reputation, university dormitory, groundskeeping, futsal club, university hall. Isn't this stuff that I already had? I think so. Oh, no, this is last year. Or this year? Don't even know. Anyway, we're still unrecognized. Anyway, this is the only connection into this area from the highway. So it will be heavily used, and we actually have seen a lot of build up of traffic, but that's okay because once I make a second one over here, some of them will choose on the highway to get off at this side because it's closer to the stuff over there rather than going all the way down. And as we progress over here and build more on this side and this side, we need a good connection there, as well as updating this one so I can enter into the fertile farming land. So the last stuff we need to do then, I think I'm going to focus on those first before we do build our tram system. So I think I'm going to delete this whole connection right now. So goodbye, it was nice to know you. Sad times, we had a lot of fun with that connection. I'll keep it there for now, and we have one of the standard intersections, which is this clover leaf here. Now, if I can get this just right, if I go from, let me see, if I brought it out a little bit more, would that be too far? Do you know what? No, we're going to drop it here, which means I got to do a little bit of configurations. There we go. for how the highways now connect to it. Same for over here as well, which is probably a good thing because it means I can then slightly come away from the residential area with the highways a little bit. So I will be creating another one down here. I might as well, do you know what? I might as well delete up to here because we're going to be redoing it. Now I think I might place another one in as well. So if I kind of went like that there, and then that will feed into whatever, if I kind of plug it over here, that will feed into whatever connection we have over there. So that could be kind of solid too. Now the highways are quite separated in terms of the gap between them, so we're going to kind of bring them in a little bit. Right, so if I come out by... Right, I'm trying to kind of find the best way to do this. So I go up to there. And if... Well, actually, let me do this one first. If I kind of bend like this... Was that enough of a bend? It wasn't, was it? Right, I've got the idea I'm trying to go with. So I go up to here. There we go. So that is kind of now not connected in a way, but it looks, I mean, I don't know if the term is natural, but it kind of swoops around and then cools back in, which is nice. Okay, let's do the same for this then. So this is pretty kind of simple to a certain extent. We'll kind of make it go straight to there, and that's where we do our little turns and stuff. So if I take it from this one, we'll come out by 25 and slightly bend up to there. Now let me see if I can mimic that. Well, actually, let me go 25 to there. Ooh. This is actually going to work pretty well. So I've got to flip the highway around on this side. But that, oh, that's going to be so much more room on the other side. I'm actually impressed with that. And I'm just going to connect it up on this side too. Right, we're doing a good job, guys. We're doing a fairly good job. So let's come out by 30. And let's bring this down to there. And that's going to be quite a wide shout. Is it still too wide? No, we'll go like that. That's fine. And then we'll create our bends and connect beautifully there. And as it leads on. So that looks... Oh, what's going on? I'm all over the place. That looks kind of cool. And it got those solid connections either side, so I can run a road going down, which is good. This road coming down here, I'll probably do more of a bend, so it kind of clips the edge and goes straight over into this downtowny section that we'll probably end up creating, which would be pretty cool as well. So let's kind of first configure where that road would go. And it is going to be a tram road, so I might as well use the tram lanes. And if I kind of create a bridge over, let me kind of get the angle for this. So I'll go up by one. Oh, make it go straight. And we'll pick it about there. It's going to go over into that downtown section. That'll be the really good transport for that region. So we'll make this come down. There we go. Get more of a ramp on that. If I go to there, let's delete this to that point. And we'll come out by 10. So that is kind of... is that straight? That don't look straight to me. Let me try that one again. There we go. So where does this kind of... Okay, so it goes up to there. So if I bring it to here. Actually, delete. And I'll create a bend going in. Right, nice. Simple, subtle. It will do the job. And it's a 4-lane road, so I'm going to go with the tree version, which is going to lead into that connection. Sweet. Right, gonna kind of now... Actually, I won't upgrade that. I'll leave that for now, as I just kind of get all the other connections in. So let's reconnect this road over here. So we have the highway coming in, which is a connection there. That does a connection here. Does the job. Okay, you can go back to being normal. But before we do that, let's cut this down to a 2-laner. Right, so it does that awkwardness here, but that's okay because we can use the move it tool when it wants to work. Right, does that look normal? How's that? I mean, do we keep it as... No, we'll merge it into a 2. That's good. And we'll see how that goes over time. But I can now go back into play mode, because now the traffic should update and route itself. We have really good ways in which they can go. Pretty much. And I wonder if anyone will use this anytime soon. That'd be kind of interesting to see how time goes. So while the traffic updates and reroutes itself, it's got another connection, and we can do something over here. Let's just quickly upgrade the tram road. So let's upgrade it. Please don't delete stuff. Let me do anarchy on. Right, I'm going to pause because it is deleting some of my paths, which is not good. Right, there we go. And awkwardly, it's going to delete the nice looking trees going through. But that's okay because it is for the greater good. And I got to do something over there to try and turn the trams around. Right, I did get rid of some of my path. There we go. Throw a little bit of anarchy on the scene. Should be back up and running. Nice. And I've got to do something over there as well. But for now, there's 2 vehicles using it there, but they were rerouted. I know that. Oh, they're using it as well. Okay, they come down and spin round and go down. So this should be a better junction. I mean, not this here. Why don't we do some lane management on this as well? Because that could ease it. It's not the best junction, but it will do. For example, this turns that way. That goes straight ahead. This either goes that way or that way. That goes that way, and this goes like that. So you're dodging certain lanes and stuff, which is cool. And then for this, some reason it only does that left turn, but we'll kind of set it up like this. That flips over. That does the turn. That crosses over to that side. That does the turn. So it's like a mirror image of the other side. So that should funnel the traffic a lot easier. Now, have we seen anybody else use this? Oh, someone's going down the highway that way. So it's useful for a small amount, but that's okay. So we've got a tram line added in. We're going to add our little kind of turnaround area here. Now, if I do go to the trams, is it this one here? Metro, no, tram. There is, oh, you can do a single road lane, which I always kind of forget about that. So if I upgraded this to be that single road lane, I'm going to pause because it's deleting my beautiful paths, man. My beautiful paths are being destroyed. Right, hold on. Hold on. There we go. There we go. So we can do a nice little U-ey in the what's it, in the university. I was trying to figure out what it was called for a second there. I couldn't think of anything. So I kind of have to do the same over here. Now, how am I going to do it? I don't really know. I don't know how. You just never know until you kind of start building up on this area. So I think what I'll do for now then, we'll bring it down. Right, we'll bring it down. We'll kind of sort out the elevation here because it's a little bit crazy. There we go. And we'll just do a little U-ey over here, just for the purpose of turning the tram around. So let's go back. Alright, tram track here. So I'll go out here, and what we'll do is 5 by 5, 5 by 5, 5 by 5 by 5. So just do that for now so they can turn around, which would be pretty sweet. And then we just kind of want to drop some tram stuff down. But we need to do a tram depot, of course. And I feel like I should be placing it over here somewhere. It's just where should I drop it? Should we configure more of the road layout before we do anything like that? Part of me thinks we should. It might be the better idea. But let's first get the road slightly coming down to there. Ooh, that's going to... Ooh, Seniac. What are you doing, sir? There we go. It's more of a straight line. And then we'll see what we can get out of this then. So that straight does create like a different pattern. So if I kind of go up to... I like the idea of it being like a different diagonal pattern. So if I bring this over, extend the grid. I'm only doing the layout. I'm not going to place anything down yet. And if that went straight, that connects like that. Which is cool because it opens up this here to where I could potentially drop down my tram line network. And then how far would that go? Now if I brought this to 25. If I brought this to 15. And I brought this out by 5. I should have that diagonal line, which means that I should be able to connect that straight up. Ooh, that's solid. And it opens up this whole area here. So we'll have the road cut straight in. Yes, I like it. I like it. Okay, so the tram depot then can just go simply on the corner like that. That does its magic, does its job. And then we kind of create... We should actually create a bend here. Rather than something so destructive and harsh as that angle. There we go. It feeds into it. I like it. I kind of like that. Right, okay, so that's all up and running. I'll just get some power connected to it. There we go. And then we'll drop some tram stops. So it's going to be very simple and basic to begin with. We'll have a tram stop just there. And should we have it both sides? Why not? Have it there. We'll have one here. We'll do one just there and the connection where they walk through. Do one just there. And for now they're going to have to go all the way down, but it is what it is. And then they come back. Hit up these connections. Beautiful. So again, simple, basic, but it sets us up for future expansions on the tram network. Oh, these guys need some water. So let's just go straight along like that, and we'll eventually fill it all up. A couple of vehicles still using this turnoff right now, so every vehicle that uses this is not using this, which is good. And it seems to be holding up with my lane dictation as well, which is pretty solid. So we'll see how the trams go over time. Let's take a look at this area then. So I'm thinking what we do first then is we cut back on the forest slightly. So everything I cut back on the forest over here, I won't do too much. I'll keep the little buffer zone. Means I can add in more fertile land. So let's add in some more fertile land then. There we go. Just go right up to the edges. Pushes along the coast. It's going to be really nice. It's going to be really nice when it's all added in. All right, sweet, sweet, sweet. And then we'll do some roads then. So, now this is the thing. We'll do the big one and we'll go down to like the industrial level of road. But how would I want to set this up? I can have a road coming off, then a road that kind of bends around and follows it around. I feel like that would be kind of cool. So if I just kind of treat this as a straight road, we'll come back to 45. Is there an elevation change? There is a slight elevation change. Right, and what we'll do is bend slightly. And that was lead off into God knows where. And the same with this, that will lead off into God knows where as well. But you got that bendy, windy industrial road that leads to, and it will be connected to both kind of areas, which is pretty solid. Because that means I can then use the industrial road then to create these little farming areas that kind of keep off the main beaten track. So let's first connect them to the highway and stuff. So we do what we've done on the other side, and then we just use the move it tool to kind of play around with it. Why is that being classed as 2? That's completely the wrong one. Why has that done that? Hold on, let me delete. Is it because it's a little bit too far away, do you reckon? We'll bring it a little bit closer. There we go. Just a tiny bit closer. Right, that should now be to it. Yeah. Right, bend that slightly. Right, I should do the job. Oh, that's something else I need to look at as well. It doesn't do it over there, does it? No. It only really connects to a single road, which it would be over here. Now, I need to make sure. Like that goes straight down there. Does the same here as well. Goes straight down there. Alright, dope. Right, let's do this one as well. So I think we should continue this bending round anyway. It will lead down into that direction. I like the bendiness and windiness of it. It was built to go against the grain of the land. It's better than just, you know, just simply having it go straight, if that makes sense. So if I chose this section there and get it straight like that, get these both connected up, we'll first we'll sort this out, the lane dictation, and then with the move it tool, does that look about right? It's about right, isn't it? Yeah. Right, this is going to be pretty cool, this whole area. So, before we go any further then, I kind of need to create the district, don't I? So, the industrial district, which is this here, paint industrial area. I'll just go over the top slightly, because I don't know how big it's going to be. But if I add that in there, it's the Coleridge Complex. So, that's going to be called the Coleridge Farm, isn't it? That's actually quite a cool name. So let's get the road up then. So I think I'm going to choose this here to be the main kind of section. And, well, quite a few vehicles are using that road. It's like they've been dictated to be in the wrong lane. So now they're taking the long route around, which is kind of funny. So let's, right, should we try and create a grid? Not a grid, but like as close to as possible. Right, if I come up here to 50. Go across by 20, down by 20 and in. And farming industry. I just want to get the main house down. Oh, that's how big it is? The main farm building? Smaller than I thought it would be. Right, if I drop it there. Okay, we've unlocked stuff for it now. And just kind of come out of this. Right, all I want to do is go around it like that. That's the main farming house, and then we can build around that. Let's pause it for a second. So what have I unlocked for the farming then? We have a small crop field. Is that it there? Sorry. Yeah. We have a small fruit field. We have a small animal pasture as well. Then we have the silo grain for storage, and that's pretty much it at the moment. So if that's the farmhouse there. We'll come off this. I don't want to use dirt tracks because that doesn't really help anybody. Go up by 20. by 20. And then we'll come down in the center, come down by 10. There. So we'll then create these little small farms. So small little crop fields then. We'll do like one either side. And if it will allow me to kind of... No, I won't say it won't let me do it. If I kind of do it like that, it looks like two large ones together. We've got a free gap either side. There we go. So a couple of crop fields down. We'll do some small fruit fields. There we go. And then we have the animal pastures, which I think I should place the animal pastures on the opposite side. So if I brought this out by 40, and then choose this to go up by 30. Now, is that too much for the animal pastures? Oh no, they fit in there beautifully, actually. Right, flip them back to back so we space out where the vehicles are heading. So we got 3 there. 1, 2, 3 there. And then we just got the storage then, haven't we? When do we unlock the production buildings? Not too sure, but we do need the storage anyway. So a lot of vehicles are going to be coming out at this point. It would be nice to create multiple entry points. And what I can do as well is bridge this over, because the road is eventually going to go over to this side anyway. We will have a connection. So if I kind of bring it out so far. Like that. Brings that by a little bit more. But kind of just go up slightly, because this is where we could create some storage. We'll go a bit further up actually. Alright, let's create some simplistic roads layout. There we go. And we want a couple of silos down. So they're very small actually. Very small over here. Actually, we'll save that for the production buildings. Why don't we do a couple of silos here? So one, we'll do like a 2 gap between each one. Same over here. So do a 2 gap. That's 4 there. And we'll see how they go. So it's going to need power and water and all that kind of good stuff. But this is the basis of it. So let's bring this straight down. Cut that across that way. Ooh, that across that way. So that'll be all watered now. And then we need some power coming over as well. So we'll first get these guys connected like that for when we do get the power coming over. Now just take it from the back. So they should have all the power they need. And obviously as time progresses, we have no way to, well, don't really have any good export connections nearby. It's more of a case that this will be loaded onto a lorry and then, you know, driven over there, if that makes sense. So is that all I can do for throwing this on? No worker barracks or anything like that? That's a shame really, isn't it? So what's the issue right here? Not enough raw materials. That will come over time, but the Coleridge farmland, we'll give it some time to work its way through. And then hopefully it can level up soon, so we can use that. Many people waiting for the tram. Yeah, you get the odd few people there waiting. Jumping in and off. Where's the next one? Yeah, there's a couple over here waiting, which is cool. So it is being used. I know we have one just here. Again, a few people waiting there. And then we have one just here for in the university area. So yeah, the tram is the perfect addition to this area. So we the acquisition is 58 tons, meaning we can produce 58 tons of produce, whatever that may be. Workers are coming in, but we need to I think we need a bus route around here. Don't you? I feel like we do. Do we have any bus routes around this area? No, we don't. So a good bus route to get into the farmland area. Now I'll set up a bus depot, which will place this. I mean, it makes sense to place it like right next door. Kind of makes sense, doesn't it? Yeah. And we'll set up a little bus route right now. So only plain and simple. Do I make it do a loop around the outer skirt? Yeah, why not? Okay, if I start here. No, so let me stop there. So if I start there to there to here to there, and then if I get it to come down the road and start, let's say there around the farmhouse, and then go back round. So what it does the outer loop of the residential area, because they can get off. They can walk from the bus route to the tram and vice versa. And for those guys right at the edge here, don't want to walk too far, they can just jump on the bus and off they go. Now let me view this. So this line is currently blue. We'll change the color of it to. I'm thinking. Have we got a pink one? I think we'll go like a lighter, a pale pink. No, let's go. Yeah, we'll go pale pink. And this is pretty much BP for Birch Park to farm. That's literally all that is going to do. Oh, I didn't press enter. So BP to farm. That's what it's going to do. Oh, the farm's actually leveled up now. So we've got a Flour and Muller bakery we've unlocked, the barracks, cattle shed, and a small barn. Right, yeah, that definitely upgraded quicker than I thought it would do. So you can see the traffic now coming in. So the traffic is pretty much going to the silos, which I think are probably not in the best area right now, are they? So if I had this road connect straight down, then I need to find a way in which we can store the goods. So I probably don't want them so close to all that stuff. Can I choose what gets stored in here? It's just crops, isn't it? Yeah. Okay. So if I picked off a road going up and in there, and just took a couple of these away. So we did one there. One there. One there. One there. It's coming off that road junction and going over here instead. Are they all connected? They kind of are in a way. So let's bring some power over to them. Oh, and water. Okay, so Coldridge Farm right now. It imports a lot of its stuff, but that's understandable because we won't just kind of got it up and running. Got to wait for it to start producing in its own right. We have cows, 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 and cows. So let's switch these to pigs. Pigs would do sheep, and this one can be sheep as well. So 2 of each. Potatoes, potatoes. Is it all potatoes? Yeah. So we'll do corn in that one. Corn in that one. We'll do cotton in that one. Cotton in that one. Oh, we'll do wheat in that one. Wheat in that one. I need 2 more for the greenhouse, don't I? So it's different. There's a lot of vehicles coming into this area, isn't there? Right. Let's turn off traffic lights. There we go. So vehicles flow a lot smoother. So the traffic lights are turned off. Let's go back to this now. So we have now the worker barracks, which will place these around the farmhouse. So we can make good use of them. That's kind of inside, isn't it? It didn't really work. But obviously around the worker barracks is there. The bus route right there around the farmhouse. Kind of makes sense. But we see how that goes. And then what you would want to do then is... Where's the paths? Get some dirt paths. And do like little connections like that. To connect them all up. Same over on this side. Let's make the whole farming area very walkable. Trying to create these little dirt paths and stuff. Now we'll do ones that cross the road as well. So it makes it a lot easier for them to walk and get to where they want to get to. Okay. I think we're kind of good for now. So, okay, well, ask me if we've done the worker barracks then. Have we got now bigger fields? No, the production, the flour mill. Okay. So we'll place our first flour mill down. We'll actually place 2 of them either side. And we also have a cattle shed too. What does a cattle shed do? Raise cattle. It turns the crops into meat. Pretty much processes that. So I get 4 of those down. We need the water in this area. And of course we need it to be powered. So there we go. We got kind of something going on. Let's spread some of these out. It's like we'll move them a little bit further down, some of them. And hopefully it can slowly turn a profit as time goes on. We're losing 7,000, but again, you just got to give it time to get up and running. Oh, I wanted to place down some more farming stuff, didn't I? Which one was it? It was this. So, I'll drop... where can I place a couple more down? I feel like I need to build a few more roads first, right? So I came up by 10. Like that. Didn't mean to destroy the path there. We'll drop a few more down now. So again, I want to turn those into greenhouses. Right, I'm gonna merge one. Just to kind of get it in the gap. But let's turn these into greenhouses. So we have like a great abundance of stuff. So these are greenhouses. We can go... Ooh, okay, we'll do 2 apples. There's 2 greenhouses there, but we'll add some more in. These are the small fruit fields, isn't it? Yeah. So 1, 2. We'll do 1, 2. Didn't mean to do that there. There we go. So we'll go from then to those being oranges. And these can be pears. So we have 2 of each one. And the same for the cattle too. Well, I say the cattle, the animals. 2 of each one. And that is the basis of our farm setup. Traffic flows in and out quite nicely. And then we'll see how much money we make over time. Again, they've got to drive quite a distance to export those goods. No traffic lights there. But if I can figure out or do something eventually where there's a closer export route nearby, we'll definitely go for that. We'll definitely go for it. Okay. Right. Sweet, sweet, sweet. It's looking all good, to be honest. How many people are using that bus route? Okay, if I do a little fast forward session. The new bus route I've just placed in. There is 31 passengers. Okay, that's good. Straw to Bedford. No one's really using that. Where is that again? Sorry. So Straw to Bedford, which is the green route that goes... it goes over there. So no one really uses... I might kill off that because you can jump on the subway to get to that area. So Straw to Bedford. Do you know what? We're going to kill that route. So goodbye. People are using the subway line anyway. So BP to Farm. People are using it quite a bit. So that's handy in its own right. Okay, so then we have... Oh, what was that? Congrats. Oh, the farm's upgraded. We've got so many new factory buildings we can drop. Oh, we've got medium crop farms as well. Right, do I be cheeky and drop a medium crop farm? Or do we wait to see how much money it makes over time? I mean, we need to up the crop production. So let's have a little nose at it. So we've got some medium farms, which are fairly big. So I think what we'll do is go straight across there. And we'll drop a couple of these down. So I'll do 1, 2. We've got the large ones on this side. We'll do 1, 2. Yeah, let's go 3. And we'll do 3 on this side. Still trying to give us space for future progressions. So we'll do apples, oranges, pears. Not enough water. So I won't do an extra greenhouse one. Do corn, cotton, potatoes. Alright, so again, the basic stuff we're adding in. That should hopefully increase the production. Let me see how that kind of goes. This farming area could be really good. We could have a lot of traffic over here. So we might even, to a point, create a little harbour nearby. Or maybe not. I mean, how would I get the goods distributed over there? I don't want to create... train that goes off. Or maybe I had a connection that went down. We'll figure it out. Although we could do like a cargo airport nearby. That could be also a good shout. It really is. I mean, I could do a cargo airport a little bit further down the road. And then from the cargo airport, we'll have a train connection that goes into Coldridge Farmland. Yeah, good the way forward. Oh, there's some garbage issues. Excuse me. Can we get some garbage relief over here? I can see a bunch of garbage trucks driving around, so it's just getting there, isn't it, really? Pretty much is. So how are we doing over here, then? So we're almost about to turn profit. I just want to see when we will turn, if we do turn, we should turn a profit. Because the production is really, really high. We're importing a little bit, but that's slowly going down as we produce more and more goods ourselves. What are these screaming about? Not enough raw materials. What do they need? Do they need more of their own goods? I'm still importing stuff, so maybe I just don't have enough production. Oh, is it more flour and stuff like that? Are these the flour mills? Yeah. Right, let's drop a couple more of these down. And we'll do it on this side here. So 2 additional flour mills. We have a lot of crops, and 66 tons of it is being sold, so we can turn it into flour as well. It's just all about getting the goods over there. Do you reckon if I shortened the route with this road? We can get the trucks in a lot quicker. There we go. Now we're making profit. There we go. So it's turning around. And again, over time, this is something like the wooden area that we will build up on. But it's nice that we kind of have this in now. I'm liking it. Anyway, I want to take a look at the public transport. That's what I was doing before I got rudely interrupted. So, okay. The BB to farm, it's almost going to be our #1 usage. Tram line, 86 people are using, which is good. The subway line, okay, they're being used quite heavily, which is pretty dope. The ship line, quite a few passengers using that. It's going pretty well. In terms of enabling us to run the public transport, we're getting some income on the buses, which, believe me guys, I'm surprised that we're getting income on buses. We're getting income on the trams. Oh no, sorry, no. I'm thinking that's profit. Okay, we're not getting any profit on the bus or the trams. Getting profit on the subway line. No profit on the trains, because a lot of that's being used for industry stuff. Boats, no. But we're getting some money come from somewhere, which is pretty good. Pretty damn good. I'm impressed with this. I'm impressed, because I know what's going to be progressing in the future. Still need to do a lot of stuff over here to make sure there is enough raw materials. We've got to keep working on it. Nearly 5 G's we made profit. Damn. This farm is coming a long way already. I really am impressed. Right, a lot of vehicles are trying to cut through to go round. I need to kind of smoothen. When do they stop here? Why are they turning there? Oh, academic, yeah, still unrecognized. Well, where? They shouldn't really be able to turn that way. It should be straight. So here's where they turn off. So get into the right lanes, you fools. And that's what the issue is being caused of them trying to turn off at that little section. I will not be having any of that happen, please. Oh, they seem to stop there as well. So if I can tell the junction restriction to kind of slightly back yourself up, that will solve that. And there we go. So not enough buys for goods, understandable, because you have no really good export areas. And I do need to set up the factories and stuff as well to produce other types of goods. So that's probably something I'll look at next episode. But for now then, guys, the progression on this kind of little... I mean, is this technically an island? Is it connected to anything? I can't tell if it's connected anywhere in the mainland. No, okay, this is actually an island. Yeah, this is actually an island. Okay, this... You know what? They were all islands. For the first time now, I'm able to see it a little bit better. I can't quite see... Yeah, they're actually all islands. Okay. That's news to me. I thought this center bit here... Oh, what's going on over here? I thought this center bit was the mainland. Why are we getting a wave of disappointment? The farm's leveled up again as well. So we'll keep working on this as time goes on. It's screaming out for some garbage needs. There's a few people there waiting for the bus, which is pretty cool. How many people are on this bus? There's 17 passengers at the moment. They'll all get off and go to their various ways. It's pretty cool. Anyway, guys, hope you did enjoy this. If you did, smash that like button down below. And until next time, I'll see you all soon. So, goodbye.